From now until November 19th, when Pluto moves into Aquarius, we're wrapping up our lessons with Binding Magick. And Binding Magick can be defined in a lot of different ways, and there's a lot of different applications for that sort of magic. Pluto being a planet of exchange, Capricorn being the restraints and the systems and the structures. To be able to have power with Pluto and Capricorn, there has to be bindings. So our fundamentals of binding and Binding Magick over the next couple of weeks, we're gonna top off. We're getting things really figured out. Maybe extra lessons, some things being finished off. Binding Magick is going to look different depending upon the person you are and the practice that you're in. However, no matter the person that you are or no matter the practice that you're in, this is going to have to do with ancestral work and ancestral bindings also. Things that your ancestors have bound you to or that you have been bound to through the ancestors. The god structures that are bound to your ancestral lineage. Any sort of wisdom or debt also. Offerings that are bound to you because of the ancestors that you come from. But magic, fundamentally, that's what I want to focus on, Binding Magick. So if you're someone who has practiced Binding Magick, is learning about Binding Magick, or practices any kind of magic that involves bindings, okay, that's also applicable. We have the next couple of weeks to wrap up those lessons, because then when Pluto moves into Aquarius, those bindings have the possibility to be altered. Ooh, interesting. Aquarius is how we do things differently than the systems that already are. So here we have the last reach into the underworld and receiving the power and the riches and the gold and the wisdoms from the bindings that we're already in. And then when Pluto moves into Aquarius, that's when the bindings start to change. So if you find yourself in a fate that you don't like, or you've been crossed with something that you either don't agree with, or maybe you haven't realized up until this point that you are crossed with, good or bad, okay? I could also do with luck, fortune, fates. Right now, how those bindings are changed is not completely and totally out of our hands, but a little bit out of our hands. However, when we moved into Pluto and Aquarius, it becomes our responsibility to change those bindings or have them changed for us by other people. The power exchanges, power grabs, and also power of self and power of practice starts to come from how those bindings are altered, transferred, transitioned. And there's also going to start to be hidden things in those bindings, whereas before it's just what was bound that was secret. Now, moving into Pluto and Aquarius, it's also going to be not just what is bound that is a secret. We've been through 16 years of that, so we have a lot of clarity on that already, although we are walking into a new era, so things could change a little bit. But now it's going to be what is binding that? What is binding? What is bound? Lots of words, oh my goodness. And that also, the binding that's around that is going to be part of what that secret is. How it's bound, what it's bound with, how long has it been bound, who was it bound by. And in my experience, if you're going to undo those bindings, alter it, change it, you have to go to the underworld to receive the wisdom so that you can come back to the surface and then alter it how you need to. So you're telling me that we have to figure out, oh my goodness, how other people practice binding magic, not just how other people have bound us up, but how other people practice the actual process of the, okay, interesting. It'll be different. It'll be more expansive, not necessarily because Jupiter is involved, unless it is for you and your chart, but it'll be more expansive just because there's more moving parts. There's more moving parts with Pluto and Aquarius. So with Binding Magick, again, not just what is bound, but how it was bound, when it was bound, how long has it been bound, what was it bound with. So many other layers of Binding Magick are about to be revealed to us in the next 20 years, which is crazy to me that is even a possibility, because I can't believe how much I've learned about that sort of magic in the previous 16 years. Goodness gracious. So just a heads up for practitioners who are involved with Binding Magick or practice Binding Magick, something to look for as we make this transition or go into this transition. Gratitude, reverence, and love to you. Keep doing what you need to do. Keep up your brew. And keep an eye out for how bindings work for you and how that changes. That's also true. And I'll talk to you soon. Double true.